everyone. Welcome to my live interview today. Today I'm going to be talking with Patrizia Liberata, and she is a Catholic Christian worship singer-songwriter.
Hi.
Hi,
Hello.
hello. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. I'm very good. Thank you so much out of your busy schedule to take time to spend a few minutes here. Everywhere I look, Patrizia, you're giving an interview,
Yeah.
a blog, and different websites and different.
Yeah, God has been so good. God has been so good. It's all His doing. He's opening up doors, and I'm so grateful. And thank you
Yes.
thank you for having me on your show again. And I appreciate it for everything you've done for me.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You know, I have always admired great artists like yourself, great singers, just to communicate
Yeah.
that beautiful gift of song. And so I'm really pleased to see the success of your compositions. And
Thank you.
when you were with us the last time, which was in the spring, because that's when Greatest Treasure came out.
Yes, I guess it's been like 5 months, I guess, 6 months, 6 months. So yeah, so, I mean, for my first song, I'm very happy for the response that I got, and that many have connected with the song. So I'm very, very blessed that it's whoever I reach, even if it's a little, it's whatever God wants in my life. So that's doing His mission is what I'm here for.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's so cute because when I put that song, when I've added that to my reels,
Yeah.
I always seem to get the most amount of likes.
Really?
And I know it's a lot because it includes your song.
Thank
with
you.
it.
Thank you. Thank you.
So how exciting to be talking about your new release.
It is
And
very exciting.
When
I
will
know.
that be released again, Patrizia?
Okay, well, it comes out Friday at midnight, I guess, Friday morning, all right, at 12 a.m. in the morning. I don't think I'm going to be staying up that late. I'm not, in my younger years, I used to stay up late, but not anymore. It's like 11 o'clock. I'm like, okay, I need to go to bed. I need my beauty sleep. I can't do it. And especially now, getting up early at 6 o'clock to drive Julia to school, it's like 8 o'clock, and I'm like, oh my goodness. We were spoiled in the summer, right? We were getting up later, and so yeah, so it's exciting.
Different pace of life.
Oh.
It's a different pace. I mean, I'm an early riser, so I go to bed very, very early because I get up. I get up typically at 5 in the morning.
Wow.
So
You're like my mom. Like my mother, she gets up at 5:30. I'm like, how does she do it? For me, I like 8:30. I'm an 8:30 kind of person, but I guess I should get.
Well, it's nice to get up with the light, and that's what I'm missing. I'm missing that too because in the beginning of summer it was light out. Believe it or not.
Yes.
By a little before 5 it was light, and now it's darker again. So, but I'm so excited to talk about this new song entitled Journey.
That's right. It's entitled Journey because I wrote it over 10 years ago when a friend of mine was going through an unbelievable, unimaginable circumstance that happened to her son. Her son was diagnosed with terminal liver cancer. She's my best friend. And when I got the news, I was like, what? He was 2. He was 2 years old. And I remember her talking to me and saying, Patrizia, oh my goodness. Like, she was a woman of faith. She had more faith. Like, for me, I look up to her. I'm like, because she's reading the Bible, she's doing devotionals, she's going to church. She's like, I'm just like, I look at her, I'm like, oh my God, I want to be like her. And when this happened, when this struck her family, she was like, oh my goodness, she goes, the enemy is really testing me, right? And she goes, but I'm going to be I'm going to be faithful and strong in the Lord. And she kept praising, and she was in her closet. She had like a whole prayer closet in her room. And the whole time she just was just faithful and believing in God's, goodness and faithfulness. And, today he's 13 years old. He's thriving. He's doing so
Oh,
well.
praise the Lord.
Oh
Praise the Lord.
my goodness, like the
Oh,
stories. She told me that when they did chemotherapy for 6 months, it didn't work. So the doctors are like, well, the only thing we can do is they want to do a liver transplant. So they had a first liver transplant, and it failed. Within 10, yeah, it failed. Like, and then the doctor came in and said, we need a miracle right now. We don't know if we're going to get another another donor. And you know what? She told me she was in the closet at the Sick Kids Hospital. And the Lord said, she opened up her Bible, and the Lord said to her, whoever loses their life will the scripture,
yes.
whoever loses their life for me will save it. Whoever
Mm-hmm.
wants to save their life will lose it. And she said, Lord, I trust you. Marco is better off with you than he is here, but if you keep him here with me, I'm so grateful. And so no, she went outside, and she after praying, she opened the door, and her husband came in the closet at the hospital, and he said, they found another donor. The doctor said it was a miracle. It was a miracle. So it was like, she just like was very, just like faithful to the very end, she never stopped
What an
believing.
example. I mean, I could
Yes.
see, how could you not be
Oh,
touched by that sort
oh.
of testimony? And
Exactly. And
so,
she did. She went in front of the church. She did a testimony at St. Benedict Church. She did an amazing speech testimony telling everyone that God was like, he just pulled through for them. She said she just couldn't believe it. A second donor within 10 hours, because the child was going to die, like they said, if they didn't get another donor. They couldn't believe it.
but
So yes.
that's an amazing, Patricia, that's an amazing example
Yeah.
as a mom myself,
Yes.
to completely surrender. This is
She
your
did.
child.
She did. Yeah.
We as mothers know we would, in not even thinking, we
Yeah.
would trade any sort of
Oh, yes, yes.
pain to forego your child. But
Mm-hmm.
in that moment that she was able to say,
Yeah.
dear God,
Yeah.
it's your will, and I
That's,
know that
yeah.
we're to
Mm-hmm.
be stewards for our children and to guide them
Yes,
to
yes.
God,
Yeah.
but ultimately they're God's children,
That's right.
and so
That's right. And she surrendered everything. She just said, here, he's better off with you than he's with me. If you keep him here, I'm so grateful. And it was just, just to know that he's
so I
he's
can
13.
see.
I saw him a couple months ago, and I said, oh my goodness, look at this little boy. He's 2, now he's 13, and he's doing so good. It's like, it's amazing. It's amazing.
So I can
Miracles.
see how that would be a real inspiration for the song,
Yeah.
for the
Yes.
meaning of journey.
That's right. So in the pre-chorus, I have Litia. I remember she used to recite, and even myself, we have these prayer journals, and we write down our favorite scriptures. And one is my favorite one. It was from Isaiah 41:10. So do not fear, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. So reciting that scripture, just helped her to keep going. And even for myself, like this song, after say 7 years, this song actually became my own personal prayer for a health situation that I was going through. And it just kept me. I just remember just sitting at the piano and singing. I said, Lord, I know you're going to work things out for your will. I'm willing to carry this cross, and I'm willing to go through it, but I know you're going to go through it with me, no matter what. So and we just have to surrender and say, whatever your will, Lord. We can't be selfish and say, oh no, I have to get better. No, it's like in God's time, and if it is his will. And we learn through our trials. And I have to say, when I was going through this trial, I had a SI joint dysfunction, and it was just so hard to walk, and I couldn't. one day I just remember going to Walmart and I'm just doing my grocery shopping. I was just walking like so slowly, and I thought, oh my goodness, how am I going to get through this day just to do grocery shopping? It was just so painful. But you know what happened? While I was doing my shopping, I noticed this lady that was one of the employees that worked at Walmart. She was walking so slowly, and I stopped to notice her, and I said, "Are you okay?" And she said, "Oh, I have the worst arthritis." She goes, "I can't walk, but I ask God every day to help me every day to do this job." And I said, "You know what? God stopped me to slow me down so I can notice somebody else
Yes.
going through similar, pain." So I thought, and I
Yes.
thank God. When I got home, I told my daughter, I said, "This is what happened." I said, "I believe that God was kind of showing me that before, I was walking so quickly in the store. I didn't notice people. I didn't notice this lady because I was slowing down. I was noticing that she was suffering." And so I offered, she said, "Oh, please pray for me." And I said, "Yes, please pray for me too." So, it's just like
It
God uses these.
united the two of you.
That's right. God
Yes.
uses it. Yeah.
Yes, he does, because you're right. We can easily, we know, take for granted our health
Oh,
when
yes.
everything's going well, when we feel good, when we don't have any issues with the people that we love, they're well too. But
Yes.
the minute that, you may be undergoing something that really stops you
Yeah.
like that, it really immobilizes
It
you.
did. It did. It
So
changed
you,
everything my whole perspective. And I was like, wow, I noticed other people
Mhm.
suffering,
Mhm.
but before I
Now,
didn't.
I'm curious, Patrizia, was this a song then, because you said it really this was a 10-year, should I say, journey
Yeah.
for the song itself
Yeah.
called Journey.
Yes. Yes.
But it was a 10-year. Can you kind of go over, I've never written a song myself, but
Okay.
can you go over, was there a particular reason? Did you do parts of this song and then you let it kind of lay it, then you go back to it?
I think I just began with the words, like the lyrics, just putting myself in her place and just talking to God, like, oh my goodness, how am I going to get through this struggle? And then the scriptures that can kind of connect with that she would recite, that I would recite on a daily basis, praying to God, and then just sitting at the piano and just starting to add a melody that would go to the rhythm of the lyrics. And so there are three distinct parts in this song. This is the thing with my producer. When he first heard it, he was like, "I think we should add a third verse." And when I came home and I wrote a third verse, and then after, he just goes, because just like the transition, because when you hear it, you're going to hear like three distinct kind of parts in this song. So, but what he did was amazing. Like the instrumentation and how he built it up, just like it flows from one to the next. And it's just, so we ended up not doing the third verse, thank goodness, because it would have been too long. But I just wanted it the way I had written it. It's fun. It's funny. It's different how when you write it just with the piano, and then when you add instrumentation, the different parts, it brings something different to it. It just elevates that. So I just love the little details that my producer Harley added to it. And I can't wait for you guys all to hear. That's why I didn't add a singing part to show you, because I just wanted you guys to go. My voice sounds a little, not different, but it's more into the music. It kind of sits in the music rather than on top of the music. So the blend of it's a little different. So I'm really, really happy with how it came out. And like I said, it's a song.
So then, if we can kind of, each song, of course, is very unique and different, and its own gift that you're giving us.
Yes.
But as we've loved Greatest Treasure, your first release.
Yes.
So obviously, this is going to be another distinct sound for us to anticipate.
Yes, it's definitely. I mean, you hear it's my voice, but my mother, even my brother heard it, go, "Wow, I like this one better." Just like, then like, okay, and it's just a different I don't know, different
Mm-hmm.
feel of it, right? And even like the beginning, the song is a little quicker, or has the drums, it picks it up. So I've had some good responses from like some radio stations who would like to play it. So
Oh,
hopefully it'll do
we'll
well.
be, and you know
Yeah.
what? All of the people that are following my page are going to hear that too, because I'm going to
Thank
share it in
you.
my stories.
Thank you.
And I'm going to share it on all my platforms. You know, you briefly talked about your mom. And
Yes.
so when I was reading one of your interviews that you've done, you said that your mom actually was your inspiration.
Yes, she is. She's the one who really encouraged me to do this. Like, when one of my previous vocal students released a song, I was like, maybe I should, I'm gonna think about it, right? And then my mom's like, I think you're not gonna think about it. She goes, you're gonna go into the studio, you're gonna give them a call, and you're gonna go and go and record your song. So, she's been so a woman of faith all my life, and always pray. I know she's, her knees must hurt praying all those rosaries for me, to
Yes,
guide,
yes.
to make sure that I'm going in the right direction, especially in the music industry. We know, it's not easy, and also the choices of music and that you go into, and she always wanted me to be modest and respect myself, as a woman, and I'm a child of God. So the music industry is really difficult, and I pray for a lot of young people to, when they write music, it's like, to really I guess value the words, what they put out there, and how they present themselves, because
Such an
it's
influence. We
yeah,
know it has, music has been since the beginning,
exactly, yeah,
because, that is just, it's an expression of
yeah,
someone's artistic, they want to
exactly,
express what they're going through,
exactly,
what they're
yeah,
feeling at the moment. And
yeah,
but you're right, it does actually have such a hold, especially today.
yeah,
And you can use that gift for, for positive and maybe,
yeah,
not so positive messages. So we
exactly, yeah,
really need more great Christian Catholic artists such as
yes,
yourself, because, we love a lot of the old songs. I'm talking about like maybe from the 70s and 80s that we've been singing in church on Eagle's
yes,
Wings,
yes. That's why
which I do love that.
yeah, I've been posting
And
a lot of
when,
those songs on my channel, because I do, like,
yes.
we sing them a lot at church. I mean, how great thou art. That's, I want that for my funeral. I said, make sure that's at the
Mhm,
end. It's
mhm,
like, so,
mhm.
I want to, I just love those traditional songs, I mean, we incorporate the new ones too, but there's just those traditional songs that I'm still, very
Mhm,
passionate
mhm.
about. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
so we can look forward to hearing your songs, and I just can't
Yeah.
wait
Thank
to be
you.
able to actually sing them at Mass,
Thank you.
to actually get them into the
Yeah.
different directors of music
Yes.
at the parishes, and
Yes. Well,
share that
definitely.
also.
Definitely, like "Greatest Treasure" is a song that you can sing more at Mass. The newer
Mhm.
Journey, I don't know, because it's more a little bit on the modern side. But in the future, I do want to. I'm working on, hopefully in the spring, I'd like to release a song called "Jesus, I Trust in You," and it's a song that I would love to sing at
Mhm.
adoration. So that's one of my songs that I'm hoping for, that will get done. So.
Perfect,
And
beautiful.
on time for Divine Mercy Sunday. That would be like my dream. So,
Yes. Now,
yeah,
in September, according to this article I read, this interview that you gave,
yeah.
you said that in September you're going to start working on a Christmas song.
Yes, I will be. Hopefully next week. I'm going to be calling my producer. We need to get started on it. So, yeah, hopefully it won't take that long, because there's a process. Like, you need sometimes 8 weeks of recording, and then and then you have to master it. And then with what happened with this last song, it just took a little bit longer than I thought. But you know what? I think it was meant to be. Like it's actually releasing this Friday on the date that Mother Mary was born, right? Her nativity. So I think Mother Mary wanted it on her date. I trust you, Lord. It's all in his good time.
Yes.
So hopefully the next one, yes, I'd like to have it released before Christmas, so, and it's a song go ahead.
Can you tell us a little bit about that one? It's called Blessed Are You,
yes,
right?
Blessed Are You is a song that I wrote about Mother Mary's fiat to God, and saying, yes, I and also the Magnificat. She says, I have the lyrics right here in front of me. Blessed are you. So it's a story about like the nativity and how the angel appeared to her and said, Hail Mary, full of grace. And those are scriptural, right in the Bible, Luke, right? And he said, don't be afraid. And then and then he'll tell her, you're going to conceive a son, and then he will reign forevermore. And then she says, my soul magnifies the Lord, my spirit rejoices in God, my Savior. So a lot of the words are in the Bible, and how she says, yes, Lord, I'm the Lord's handmaid, let it be done to me. And so this is a song that and also for us to learn that Mother Mary is not just a vessel, she is the mother of God. God chose her to bear the Son of God in her womb, and she is blessed. She is blessed above all us, of all the women. And that's what I want people to know, that she is, she's not just any ordinary woman. God used her, and she's, and when God took her up to heaven, and she's still, communicating and praying for us, that we women will follow in the same footsteps. So.
What a wonderful intercessor. Our Mother Mary is our intercessor. And
yes.
Every morning I try to say at the start of my day, dear Mother Mary, yes, may your example giving that fiat, that be how I live my life from this moment on, to say yes, whatever that may be.
Exactly.
So
and exactly, like even these trials that we go through, Mother Mary, if we just look at where she stood at the cross the whole time. So like my friend Litia, she was at the cross looking at her son getting all these needles and all this stuff and all these procedures done. She just looked at him just like Jesus, Mother Mary looked at the cross, at Jesus on the cross. So we turn to her as our inspiration, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and we just have to start, your will be done, Lord, right? And help us every day to carry those crosses, because, some of them are not that great.
They seem unbearable.
Unbearable. Oh my gosh.
Unbearable and, really heavy. Like, how are we going to continue? Because I'm so curious as far as, when you get into the studio, yes, and you're recording, that experience and I know, because you love you love playing live. Obviously, you play your music directly.
I do that more.
Yeah. But the differences between those two.
Yes.
Obviously, when you're playing, and you play for adoration, you play it, during the liturgies. And but then getting into the studio and actually recording, yes. So I just wonder the experience for you. How has it been, that transition for you, that step that you had to take of faith, actually, because you were a little unsure about doing that? Yes.
So why it took so long. So I guess there was a little part of me, that was probably, oh my goodness. And you go, people tell you, oh, and if you go into the studio, you have to make sure you know your song, because they're going to charge you $60 an hour. Oh my goodness, you have to do it snippy snap. You know what I mean? It's like the pressure of, you better be you better know your stuff. And I was like, okay, so maybe I should just keep practicing and keep practicing. And when my student did it, then I thought, if she could do it, I could do it too. And then, you know, I said, Holy Spirit, please give me that courage I need, you know, to go. And then when I met Harley, he was like, don't worry, I'm going to help you through it, you know. And he was very patient. And then, you know, the click keeps going, recording click. And then he's like, oh, we would do it again, you know. And it's like, so it was just like, it's so nice to have someone who can help you and support you and to give you, and then he's like, I don't know why you didn't do this before. I can't believe you waited this long. And it's he goes, you know, the singing part was actually I even put pressure on myself. Sometimes when we did the recordings, I wanted to say record the whole song from top to bottom, right, fast. And he's like, you know, a one take, and then or we had to do. I was exhausted when I got home. I was like, wow, this is a lot of work. But it's a lot of work. It is a work. Yes, it is. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a workout, and because, you know, like you spend 3 hours just doing the main song, like the melody, right? And then you spend another 3 hours just doing the back vocals. It's like, whoa! It is like, but on separate days. I wouldn't do it on the same day. And you know, it's a lot of things involved. You don't think that there was all this stuff involved, right? But I mean, but it's fun.
Not unless you're really involved in the music business, such as yourself. You know, you hear a song and everything is just perfect and it flows together. But there's so much that you said, that goes into it, and going back and maybe redoing some things.
That's right. It happens. Like, you know, someone's like, we're like, okay, I didn't like that part. Can we do it again? And you're like, oh, that's another 3 hours sometimes, you know. But, you know, it's.
And do you find, Patrizia, sometimes I've heard this, that music artists will say, you know, and we take it as like the Holy Spirit coming over. Because sometimes people will say, wow, you know, it just, everything at that moment came together. It was exactly, I mean, I couldn't have wished for everything to be aligned,
That's right. Yes, and then that's what I felt with this song. Like I said, I went in there with the piano part, and then you know, he introduced a different instrumentation to kind of like have the chorus seem like, because I didn't want it to be like it's a dark song, like, you know, like what she was going through. It's you know, this trial, but there's like the chorus is kind of like the light, the sound that we put in, it's like the light of the end of the tunnel, that we know that, you know, God's going to work it out for His good. And it's just so amazing how that all came together. And then when you go record the vocals, that certain sound that you use, it just like makes everything just, I don't know, even how you sing it, the perspective of how you sing it just makes it like 10 times better. I don't know how to explain it, but I'm really happy how it turned out.
Everybody out there, I'm going to remind everybody, this Friday it's going to be released. So I'm going to remind everybody, go ahead. And this will be available to everybody on all platforms?
On all platforms, anywhere that you listen to music, Spotify, Apple Music. I will eventually put it on YouTube as the audio. And then I'm not sure if I'm going to do a video yet. I'm actually a lyric video for sure. So my daughter's going to help me out with that. So in a month, we're going to do like a lyric video. I don't know about a video like I did. It just takes too long right now. I just rather focus on going into the studio, to be honest with you. We did do some little short videos where I took the picture with the photographers. We did some like little short videos to do like reels, right? So we're gonna be posting little short reels, like 60-second reels. So when the song releases on Friday, so hopefully, So it's this thank you. It's this whole journey. I have to say, in the last 5 months, 6 months, I've met so many artists, and I follow them, and they give you, they've given me some great advice and what to do, and then I just see what they're doing, and I said, I've learned so much with this social media stuff, like with Instagram, all these new little things that come up. I was like, I've never imagined at 50 years old, going to be 50 soon, that I'd be doing this. Like, honestly, I just thought, oh, it's past my time. I'm just going to,
You
just be
know
that,
what?
that church singer.
It's never too late. And we are so blessed to have the technology, because look at you and I are talking here,
Yes,
and we're connecting. And it's just so remarkable that we can share
I know
this gift, the gift of your music, which I'm so excited to hear Journey, and I'll be sharing it. And every time that I see any new news about you, or another latest interview that you will do, I will share it as well. So thank you so much for joining me today, and
thank you,
God bless,
and yes.
God bless you too. Been a pleasure. So take care.
Where are you? Where are you? How's the weather where you guys are?
Oh, we're fine. I'm in Chicago. So today, actually, this may be why the screen's a little dark, because we haven't had rain in, seems like, weeks. Well, it rained, so it's kind of cloudy here today. So, but we've had a heat wave, and now it's going to be like getting into the 70s, and so yeah. How about for you in Canada?
Yeah, in Toronto here. Well, we're just north of Toronto, and we have a heat wave right now. So the kids are in school, probably have no air conditioning. Those poor kids with a heat wave. Like it's probably like high 30s anyway, 35 today with the heat wave. And yeah, and a few weeks ago it was cold. I was like, our weather has been up and down. It's like raining.
Exactly.
It goes hot, it goes cold. I was like, now heat wave. I don't know how to dress anymore. I really don't. But it's all in God's hands. It's all in God's hands. Whatever He sends us, He'll provide.
Yes.
But thank you so much for this opportunity.
Oh, you're welcome. It was my pleasure to speak with you again, and we'll do this again soon too. So God bless. And thanks everybody for joining.
Hopefully maybe we connect before Christmas, or I like to. I have to work on my setup over here, because my kids have a studio down. My son has a studio downstairs. He's a big time YouTuber, and he's got his whole setup with the microphone. But here is my living room. This is where I do most of my. I teach. I do those YouTube videos with just a simple microphone, but I don't have like this major setup. I wish I could, but I gotta use what I have, right?
Well, exactly. And hopefully sometime that I can have you on, and you can play a medley of some of your songs, and that would be wonderful. But but for now, we're just going to be anxiously awaiting for Friday and the release of your new song, Journey. So thanks again. God bless.
Thanks.
Take care.
Take care. God bless you. We'll talk soon. Thanks. Bye.